Mm. Hey y'all, welcome to the Devon A. Morris Unfiltered Call-In Show. Have a seat. Let's get ready. You have any questions? Come on, call in. Come on to that Discord channel. Do me a favor, get the unfiltered crew some finger snaps. We're ready to get started here. Mondays, 8 p.m. Every single Monday, we're here. I'm excited about it. Are you? Let's get this show started, y'all. The greatest Scrum show on earth. I'll see y'all soon. Enjoy. Hey, how y'all doing? Hopefully everything is going all right. Patrick, it is definitely good to see you. We're just at another juncture, right? So this is a busy month. This is the time when a lot of kids start getting back to school. So it's gonna be a busy next few weeks for you all. But I'm still here and we're still gonna do things that we are supposed to do. Now, just so you know, my name is Devon Morris. I'm your guide on this journey. We talk about Agile, Scrum, entrepreneurship, personal development, all those kind of things here, right? And we build, a bunch of videos so you can have access to them at some later point, right? That's our objective, giving back to the community. Now, so today's show, we're going to actually have a conversation around, let me let me show it so you can see it. We're going to have a conversation around you know, you are the change that AI needs. That's what we're going to conversate around today. But before we get to that, let's talk a little bit more, right? What's going on with you this week? How is things going on with you? Is my bigger question, right? With me, last week was crazy. I am dog tired, right? I've been to a family reunion this weekend and got back on Sunday. Had to go all the way down to where my daughter's school is, 3.5 hours away, move her on in. And then on top of that, this was the last week of school. Big papers due in two classes, presentations, just a lot of stuff going on, man. And I get 2 week break now, so I feel like I can catch up a little bit. But I tell you, it's been a crazy, crazy, crazy week for me, especially this past weekend. But it was good going to the family reunion, seeing family, being able to spend some time there, you know, just kind of being able to show things, show people stuff, right? And I think that was really, really amazing. Just trying to catch up with family. Haven't been a family reunion in a few years, so it was just good to see everybody. I mean, it was just I wouldn't get that up. You know, I got a cousin that's 93, right, and he is rocking with his farm. So it's just like, oh, it's good to see that, right? Because that's my family, that's my blood, right? We come from the same stock, so it's always good to see that. The dude's been married 73, like 70 plus years. It's crazy, right? But anyway, the point is, I had a good time. It wore me out. Even got the girl in school, the youngest daughter got her into school, and that was some work. So you do what you got to do as a parent, and then everybody supports you around you, and these just things just remain pluses, right? So, if you got kids that are that right kind of age, you probably getting ready to move some people in sometime soon as well. So have fun with it. Let's put it that way, right? Other than that, not a whole lot happening with me, at least to start off this week. Just got to catch up. Got a couple classes I got to get done. So that right there is going to take up my time, help some family out while I'm here in Chicago. This is just good. Like, it's just overall good. I cannot complain. As usual, make sure you drop some shout outs. We're here for that. We're here to talk about things, and then just kind of go from there. My simple topic, I believe it's going to be a short topic because there's not a whole lot that I want to say about it. But sometimes I lie about that, as you all know, but I don't lie. I think of it a certain way, and then it turns into more than just that. I only wrote so many things on this slide this time. But you know, we got a good topic. You ought to change the AI needs. I wrote a whole article about this. They got a lot of subtitles, and I think you'll enjoy all the different places that I went in terms of the article. But I'm thinking, other than that, it's just really, really good. Like it's really, I can't really complain about anything, y'all. I really can't. So do me a favor, make sure you say hi. And as usual, like we do at the show, we'll always give shout outs. If you are new to the show, you are welcome to subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe, like the show. Every like helps the channel, right? And especially when you do it early on in the show, it actually sends messages out to people, right? And it lets everybody else know that we're here. So we're going to keep going live here, keep having our fun here, and just keep doing what we do. Now, our topic. Our topic, as you noticed just a minute ago, it is you are the change that AI needs, right? And when we talk about AI, we're really talking about artificial intelligence. But here's the deal. I'm going to ask you a real question. What was your real first exposure to artificial intelligence? To artificial intelligence. What was your first exposure to artificial intelligence? I want you to type that in the chat for me. Type that in the comments for me. What was your first exposure to artificial intelligence when you really, really realize it? Like I'm being exposed to artificial intelligence, right? Um, I'd like to know that from you all, right? I remember creating decision support systems. And for people who weren't a part of the decision support system, they may have felt like it was a bit artificial intelligence, right? So my first exposure was the stuff that I built, um, which again, it wouldn't be probably what we think about today. It's probably early on stuff, right? Um, but I'm a software developer, and being a software developer, you do things like that at times, right? So my first exposure would be in terms of coding and building decision support systems. That's what my exposure would be. Um, what about your exposure? What was your first exposure? Now, if I bring it to more current times, I would say my next exposure that I really recognized was an exposure at some point was Netflix. The recommendation system in Netflix. I get that there was all kinds of things that would recommend before, but Netflix was that one that really caught my attention. Is that the way we think about it today? Most people think of AI as just being large language models, and that takes it to another level, right? But large language models, help to train AI, right? And so that we train AI to do what it wants, to do what we desire. We can train to be evil or good, right? But large language models is probably where it's just become kind of really popular at this point. I guess it's because we have the opportunity to interact with it to some degree, in some kind of way, right? Interact in a way that we choose to, not based on us being locked into a system of things, But I'm curious. I'm real curious about you all. When was your first exposure to AI of any kind? Of any kind? Just let me know. Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear and understand what that was for you. However, I will say this to you. I'm going to talk in some generalities here, right? And then we'll add some information around those generalities. I didn't create a big deck today. I just didn't have the energy to. But at least I want to talk around these things so we can be good to go. Now, if I go back here and take a look, the first thing I'm going to bring up is going to be, personal responsibility and empowerment, right? Um, Here's the deal. At the heart of any of this stuff is going to be transformation, right? And that starts off with personal responsibility. And that's where personal responsibility is really all about you. At the end of the day, when I think about external tools, external technology, you know, that doesn't give you your growth, right? Um, so AI is one of those things that can help you. But really the catalyst for change is going to be your personal responsibility and how you decide to utilize that, how you decide to empower yourself, right? Realistically, you taking ownership, right? You taking ownership of your actions, your decisions, right? And understanding, what it all brings for you, how it's going to shape you in some kind of way for you to improve, right? And for me, when I think about AI in general, that's a part of what you need to deal with and what you need to do. Um, we will train AI in many ways with the things that we ask it to do. Um, we will allow AI to do things for us that can bolster up what we do. Not to mention, we're going to be the ones that's going to help train it to be good or bad to some degree, right? To some degree, right? AI is not sentient. It's not sentient. So really, it's really on us, right? We haven't had the first the AI billionaire yet, but somebody's going to take the reins and is going to shape it to be what it's going to be shaped. But if you're using AI today, every little search that you do is training it at this point. Now, for you all that's not using it, you're really not adding anything to it, right? So it doesn't get a part of you in it, is the point I'm making, right? But it's really, really important that you have a personal responsibility toward this future of where this thing goes. And I don't know why people don't take that serious, but you really, really do. And the question becomes, what are you going to do about it? There's a lot of people that I know that are shying away from it. I think that if you start to empower yourself and you grab the AI tools, whichever one you want to grab, that can help you to position yourself to be more empowered. But you have to take that responsibility to take those opportunities, to grow with those opportunities and learn what you need to do so you can be more empowered with it. If you don't do that, then I don't know what else. I don't know what to tell you at this point because we've talked about constantly. I even showed you an example of something you can do with AI last week. And if you don't do that, that's really on you. Okay. But let me take it a little bit further than that, right? Because that's important. But the next thing that I want you to think about is motivation, intrinsic motivation, right? Intrinsic motivation, when I think about motivation, there's certain ways that I think about it, and it's starting to change for me, right? I'm starting to think about motivation as being this driving force, right? There's external motivation, there's intrinsic motivation, and there's many, many studies about motivation, intrinsic motivation, extrinsic motivation. You will find those things, right? But your intrinsic motivation is really your driving force for transformation, period. It really, really is, right? Um, your goals, your values. Some people like to look at it as an inner drive that we have. And those are the things that are going to give you the fuel, the power to be able to do whatever it is that you're trying to do. You will be in a better position, right? And so the way I look at it is really very simple. I think AI is being a partner with you, right? You can utilize AI to assist you, right? So if you are committed to self improvement, AI can help you some paths on how you can do that. Because at the end of the day, it's your intrinsic motivation is going to help you change and allow the change to be meaningful and lasting for you. Okay. The question is, what drives you? What guides you? What gets you excited, right? What inspires you at this point? Do you have any SMART goals? Are you trying to pursue a passion, be dedicated towards something, right? You know, there's something in us where real transformation comes from. And the way I look at it is, for me, there's a lot of things that I love and want to love and desire to do, and I have this motivation. But what I found in partnering with AI is that it helps me to bolster that. It helps me to do things in a way that some things I haven't thought about. So it's one of those tools that's been an amazing tool for me to make myself better, to make myself better. And you can utilize it for that reason if you choose to, or you can use it for nefarious reasons, right? We all can. Nothing really crazy about that, right? Ultimately, you have a certain set of potential, right? And so are you going to use that potential and self-improvement so and then you can reach the highest heights that you desire to reach? Because when I look at AI, the things that I put in AI, the things that I train AI to do, I get it back in spades. I get it back in really, really big ways. So it makes me feel like I don't have any limits. Like I can achieve way more than I ever thought that I could achieve. And to me, every time I take a step in that direction, where I feel like I can achieve more and I achieve more, it gets me excited to want to achieve more. And so it becomes this self-fulfilling thing where it just builds on itself, if that makes sense. And so when I take my human potential and really align that with what I'm trying to do to make things better, I really do think that I take these little exponential leaps. Literally, I'm saying exponential leaps. I'm not talking about little bitty leaps. I'm taking exponential leaps, right? Um, because it's an extension of me. It kind of puts me in a position where it's not about doing more, it's about doing more, well, higher quality output, right? It's almost like it can get to know me and tie things together. I was talking to somebody who's writing a book, right? And he brought up a character in 5 chapters prior and never thought about that character again. And when he got to the 5 books later or chapters later, AI reminded him about a character that he talked about that was just like in one scene. And he was able to tie that together, which ultimately will make this book or this adventure that he's writing better, to make it better for him, right? Because it makes the story more complete. He's writing the story, but AI kind of helped him tie back something, which helped to make the story better for him because he introduced the character. Now he can take that character further, right? And so AI for me is like that. It helps me to pull things out of me, but it can't pull anything out of me if I don't really work at it or work with it to be able to do that. AI can't replace you reflecting on yourself. It can't replace you learning. It can't replace your discipline. It can't do those things. But if you can reflect and you can learn and you can apply discipline to yourself, I think you can grow exponentially. I think you can always look forward to continuously improving. I think that you can cultivate a mindset that welcomes change and is willing to knock down any obstacles that come in the way. And I'm not even gonna say I'll say crush any obstacles that get in the way. Like like literally, I'm thinking to myself, crush any obstacles that get in the way. So for me, I think about who you are as a person and how much potential you actually have, and how you can utilize AI to help you harness the potential that you actually have. So and then your self improvement can happen exponentially. Exponentially. I'm not talking about a little bit. Exponentially. Is that worth it? Is that something that you really want to do? Is that how you want to think about things? I'm not sure. But I know for me, what I'm learning over and over again is AI is the change, is I'm the change that AI needs. Because the more I capture my human potential, the more that's there for me to get, or at least the higher levels I go to, I can go even higher levels of self-improvement because I'm having this exchange that's helping to make me better. You understand? I got a friend that utilizes AI to help him interview, right? And I can think to myself, if I'm learning from that, Then the next thing I can do is when I get into a sweet spot where I feel like I'm ready to take another level, then I can have AI ask me more complicated questions or more scenario based questions, right? Or really complex scenarios and then provide answers to that. So then I can, again, level up and get better. But to me, there's no limit to the potential that's inside of you. And the potential that's inside of you will ask more or better quality things from AI. And then you will learn from that. And again, you will grow even more. So I think that this is just another one of those big pluses where it's this self-fulfilling cycle or prophecy or whatever, right? But we don't just stop there. Another thing that I want to pull out to you is mindset and attitude. I have a mindset that is all about getting better, which means my mindset is all about personal and professional transformation. Um, that growth mindset is amazing. And if you don't have a growth mindset, it's not going to, you may not end up with the right attitude because that growth mindset, um, when you have positive attitudes with that growth mindset, oh boy, I think you can change your life tremendously. Forget technology, right? Forget technology. You can change your life tremendously. You start learning how to embrace or look at challenges as opportunities, right? You start having more optimistic outlooks, hopefully even more realistic outlooks, right? A failure becomes a stepping stone, okay? But you have to have the mindset for that. And for me, I prefer to have that stepping stone with a partner that is going to be there with me every step of the way. And again, as I go up and down in terms of my emotional state, it doesn't. I remember I put an AI on the first Black Certified Scrum trainer. It said, "Congratulations." It made me feel good for a moment there, right? But I know it's not sentient, but the idea is I still felt a little good. You understand? So I was very, very happy when that happened, right? Um, Now, I will also say that there's limitations here, right? There's limitations. There's limits in terms of technology. Um, AI and other tools have great benefits. Um, but what you have to understand is that it can't change for you. It just can't. The more you change, the better AI will be. If you don't change, you don't have the tools, you don't have the things that it needs to pull from to become better. And the better we can make it, maybe we can start to solve things like cancer, right? Because your willpower, I want to say enthusiasm, but your tenacity, right? Which again is independent of technology, is going to be the thing that is going to help AI to make the shifts that it need to make. So again, you just got to understand and recognize that there's limits to technology and there's no human side to technology. You can throw away tools anytime you want to, but you don't throw away people. And you got to use AI as an aid, not as a crutch, right? And remember that it can actually establish really profound changes in you if you decide to allow it to happen. I say all these things to you because I've been on this AI kick with you for the past couple of weeks because I keep running into people that haven't touched it. I'm just being honest with you. And the thing is that it's just not going to be as great without your input. It's not going to have a part of what you have to offer without your input. So the change that AI needs is within you, within you. There are things that you bring to the table that nobody else brings to the table. There's ways that you think about things that nobody else can. And so I say this final thing to you, which I think is absolutely important. Embrace you in this, embrace you in this, because you are a unique being. You are a very unique person that got a lot of things to bring to the table. And those unique things that you bring to the table, they don't seem so unique to you because you utilize them every single day. But Something that's a blank slate, like artificial intelligence, would love to learn everything you know, right? You offer a set of inner resources and hopefully some level of self-reliance that it can draw from, right? You can think about growing in many ways as you are moving forward on this journey because again, AI needs you more than you need it. You want to find ways to live authentically, be self-aware, have the right resilience and ability to adapt as needed, right? Embracing the change that happens within and around you, right? Taking a moment to actually grow and transform and be that ultimate person that you plan to be. You can do that with tech, with AI as a partner. Okay. So my statement to you is this: for several of you all in the room, for several of you all that's going to watch this later, what are you scared of? What are you scared of? I guarantee you there's a couple of people that's watching this live right now who haven't touched AI this week. And probably was the last week. And haven't touched AI this week. Yeah, you're touching the things that people have selling to you, right? So yeah, you watch Netflix and you watch Disney and you watch Max and you do those kind of things, right? So you are the consumer in that place. You're not creating anything. And so my statement to you is when you ask a question within AI, it's learning from you. In essence, you can learn from it. So it needs you more than anything else. So make sure that you take a moment to take care of yourself in this, to go learn about it, to grow with it, to learn how to use it, right? I was just in a session with my PhD, and they're not talking about they're gonna ban AI. It can't do it. It's impossible. We're gonna have to figure out how to work with AI within the school system, and they know that. And if they know that, why would they try to do anything different? Would be the big question, right? So so that is probably where I want to leave it at because I wanted to just bring this up because I think it's important. I haven't decided what I'm gonna talk about next week. I've just been too busy with everything else. But I'm gonna pick a topic and make sure we're good to go and get things out there earlier than the day of, right? So that being said, I'll leave it at that. Hopefully you like this topic. It is me imploring you to get yourself out there and dive into these tools, get to know these tools, become familiar with these tools, learn about it. Um, because we need you. We need you. We need you. We absolutely need you. Okay. Now, on that note, we're gonna close out that part of the segment, and we're gonna open up the time to ask questions. Right? If you have questions, you're welcome to join us with some questions. I never did open up LinkedIn, so LinkedIn people, I'm so sorry. Right? I never did open it up. Right? But I'm gonna open it up right now, so then I can make sure that I jump over there with you all as well. But this isn't, I mean, this, you cannot be. And I know a few of us are out there utilizing it. I don't have any, I know that for a fact, right? So, here's the deal, right? Let me say hi to everybody, and then we'll deal with whatever else we need to deal with. So, Patrick, I know you good, brother. I appreciate you all the time. So, thanks for being here. Let's see, Miss Denise, how you doing? How's life treating you? Hopefully, great. D, what's up, D? How's it going? Hopefully you're good. Let's see. Renetta, how's it going? Hopefully you're all right. Miss White, shout out to you as well. Um, let's see. Patrick is saying to me, it will get to the level that most corporations will have the ability to develop and train their own AI engines in-house. Agreed. And once they do that, then AI is speaking the language of the corporation. Like literally, it's speaking the language of the corporation, which means it can basically do anything in the company's voice, which is really amazing. You understand? I mean, really amazing. And I believe that that's going to be true. I believe it's going to be extremely true. I don't. I'm not running from that one at all. So literally, when I say you are the change that AI needs, I haven't seen too many places that don't have some form of AI in their tools at this point. And if they don't have it and they're not announcing it publicly, they have it somewhere internally. I say 50% of companies at least have some form of AI that they're utilizing internally or they're selling outwardly in terms of their products. I guarantee you, there's no question on that. So my question for you all is, do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? What kind of questions do you have? This topic, any other topic, you can drop them in the comments, or you're welcome to join me on the show. If you want to join me on the show, I'll drop the actual link in the chat so we can be good. So, yeah, I talk to a lot of people, man. And there's so many people I talk to that just not even touching on this. And I agree with you. I agree with you 10,000%, Patrick. If they use it, it's going to help them to make faster decisions, crunch data much faster. It's going to help with all those things if they use it appropriately. I was in a webinar for the PhD program, right? So in this webinar for the PhD program, and it's talking about generative AI. Um, and there are tools out there that you can get a bunch of articles together and give it all these articles, and it can tell you the themes between them, how they connect. It can let you know that. That'd be great to write and help me with my dissertation. It will be, right? And they're just talking like you can't get around it, because it's like working with AI is like working with a spouse. Do you cite that spouse in your papers? Probably not, but is that seamless? Is the point, right? It's like you have a partner in crime, is the best way I can put it, right? And so I really do believe that it's going to aid in really fast decisions that need to be made. I don't think you can get around it. I don't know how you run from it. And I'm going to say to some of you all in this room, culturally, some of you all are way, way behind culturally. You know, Black folks ain't even into technology like that. Like, I want to solve the problem with getting black folks in a scrum. And you know what? The first problem I got is black folks in IT and professional jobs, right? There's just a certain level, there's just certain realities there that we may not want to deal with, but they're just truthful. They're just truthful from the numbers. Um, and you got to find ways to deal with that. Okay. So, all right. I'm going to open the floor for questions. This considered to be open. I dropped the chat just in case you want to have a direct conversation. Then we go from there. If there are no questions, we'll end it for the night and I'll just go to bed early. I've been running around, trust me. It's been big time. Big time. Man, it got dark quick behind me. I'm overlooking it. It got dark out there, right? So I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. But what questions do you all have? Yeah, AI just makes things faster. Definitely needed. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It makes things faster for sure. But it can hallucinate. So you got to know that too. It can get things wrong. It definitely wants to please the person that's asking. So it doesn't say I can't do it sometimes when it probably should. And it gets some things that could be really, really off. You know. So yeah, it's faster for sure. It's definitely faster. But what else comes with that? Is what you have. Is it right, or you gotta rewrite the whole thing? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Other questions or thoughts? Yeah, it just is what it is. I don't know how you get around it. All I know is I'm doing my part to kind of make sure that I'm good to go. That's all I know, and I'm gonna keep doing that and just stay out the way. That's all I really can do, right? Can't really do much else. I'm not getting the impression anybody has any questions, so I'm just double checking. If we don't, we'll end early tonight. Yeah, I don't know what next week's topic is going to be. I wish I knew. I haven't had time to work on it. But I'll make sure we figure out what next week's is going to be. So we'll be good to go. All right, y'all. Well, it don't look like we have any questions. So if we don't have any questions, I'm good. I'm going to shut it down for the night and, see you all next week. So any questions? Double checking LinkedIn real quick. I don't see anything there. Okay, y'all. Well, I think we'll shut it down. So I will see you all next week. I don't know what the topic is, but we'll make it interesting. But just know this topic was just about trying to get you all to start thinking about AI more. I know some people here, they are, but I also know some people here are not. So on that note, I'm going to say thank you all. I really appreciate it. I will see you all next week. Um, yes, you sure don't have to take the first answer. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you don't have to take the first answer with AI. All right, then, y'all. Look, thanks, Shane. I appreciate you. Rodnetta, I appreciate you. Patrick, always, brother, I always appreciate you. D, thank you. Petra, thank you. Let's see. We're going to go ahead. D again. Denise Z, thank you. Yeah, so everybody that showed up, thank you. For the people that are here that haven't said anything, thank you as well. I will see you all on the Agile journey, but we're going to call it done for the day, and I'll see you next week. I'll get the topic out probably on Wednesday, so then everything else is good to go. So you all enjoy, have a good one, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye, everybody.